Kinalo to ay 22. Hindi mga kape natin, boy. Alam mo lang kayo mapunta. Ako, strip lang. Nag-open ang karakter ko, gago. Sarap pala na ito. Kala mo patay ka na. Quadro, tío. Ito pala itong benta mo. Sos! Hindi naman pala ako kaya. Kapalit pala. Yabang eh. O yan na, pambenta. Tapos mo! Yan. Para double stera cut mo. Ay, sayang flash. Christian, AI kalaban. Yung score na alam mo, ano eh, player from AI eh. Ano eh. Ito lang na nakagago eh. Wala kang tayo. Eme. Wala kang Uy, Ay, ganyan ba yung simula niya? Ulit eh. Sakit pala dito kung lalak ka. Sakit pala yung kasi kung lalaki. Paano magandang ng email din? Ali, ulit. Sakit pala mo ito sa
Shoots faster and only has one less bullet in its mag, making it possibly as a more weapon over the Altar of the Imagination, but you can certainly do worse. At close range, we'd take this weapon over the Alternator any day because, you guessed it, it's much more accurate. Not Not only is it more accurate, but it even shoots faster and only has one less bullet in its mag, making it possible to do more damage per second with the RE45. If you get a decent barrel stabilizer, it's possible to do more damage per second with the RE45. If you get a decent barrel stabilizer and an extended light mag, this weapon could be lethal at close range. It's actually a viable sidearm that you could keep with you for the entire match if, for some reason, you just can't find something better. Just don't try shooting anyone at long range. Some reason you just can't find something better. Just don't try shooting anyone at long range. The next few weapons we'll get into are a step above the last 5. There are plenty of weapons that use heavy ammo, and we think the Hemlock is definitely the worst of the bunch. Sizz can kick some serious butt with it, and it has the potential to be a great weapon, but it's never going to single-handedly win you a game. This weapon isn't terrible by any means, and it's a decent starting weapon, but that's about it. Good luck trying to get the entire 3-round burst on target, because this weapon is useless at mid to long range, unless you have a barrel stabilizer. With an epic or legendary barrel stabilizer, it's actually quite good, but these attachments are not easy to come by. A naked Hemlock is a very difficult gun to use, but try it out in single fire mode. It's still not good, but it becomes more usable. The Longbow DMR is another powerful sniper rifle, but as Bull One shows us, it's much more useful than the Triple Take because of its versatility. Of course, you're going to struggle with it at close range, but the weapon truly shines at mid to long range. At these ranges, it can be quite useful, especially if you have a 3x HCOG Ranger optic or a 2x to 4x variable zoom optic. Now this gives you the ability to scout and damage long range targets. Add the Skull Piercer rifling hop up on top of that, and you get a gun that does even more damage on headshots, turning it into an absolute beast if you're accurate enough, of course. The thing is, most engagements in Apex Legends are not at long range, which limits the weapon's usefulness and is the sole reason why it's so low on this list. But it's truly dominant in its niche. We like the G7 Scout more than the Longbow, because while it definitely isn't as good at long range, it's better at close to mid-range, which is where most of the engagements in Apex Legends tend to happen. Nebula knows exactly how to use the weapon. He keeps his targets at mid-range and hits his shots. It's as simple as that. Plus, the G7 Scout uses light ammo as opposed to heavy ammo, which is much easier to find, meaning you'll rarely run out of ammo with the weapon as opposed to his shot. Nebula knows exactly how to use the weapon. He keeps his targets at mid-range and hits his shots. It's as simple as that. Plus, the G7 Scout uses light ammo as opposed to heavy ammo, which is much easier to find, meaning you'll rarely run out of ammo with the weapon. We also like it with a 3x Ranger optic, but anything more than a 3x is a bit overkill, because the extra zoom makes it difficult to track moving targets at closer ranges. Sure, it does less damage than the Longbow, but it fires faster, has a bigger mag, and almost no trigger delay, making it a solid weapon for those with a quick trigger finger. The Prowler Heavy SMG is a weapon that was hard to fit into this list, but we feel like the number 12 slot is perfect for it. If you get a golden Prowler like one cheesy mofo, you're in business. But not all of us are that lucky. The Prowler is an SMG that uses heavy ammo, which makes it the strongest SMG in the game and the most difficult one to find ammo for. On top of that, it fires an inaccurate 5-round burst, and you can't equip a barrel stabilizer to make the weapon more accurate. It's honestly an awful weapon until you attach the select fire receiver hop-up to the weapon, which gives it the ability to fire in full auto mode, allowing the weapon to truly shine. Which gives it the ability to full weapon until you attach the select fire receiver hop-up to the weapon, which gives it the ability to fire in full auto mode, allowing the weapon to truly shine. Without the hop-up, it's a bottom 5 weapon, but with the hop-up, it's a top 10 weapon in Apex Legends, making it perfectly average. The Devotion LMG is a weapon that has some similarities to the Prowler in that it needs a hop-up to truly become a beast. As T Martin 2 shows us, the Devotion has an interesting trait, where its fire rate increases the longer you hold down the trigger. It starts slow, and then it becomes incredibly fast, burning through its 44-round mag in milliseconds and hitting nearly 1,000 rounds per minute. This trait sounds awesome, but it has its weaknesses. If someone gets the jump on you and you miss your first few shots with the Devotion, you're done for, because by the time the fire rate goes up, you're already downed. Luckily, with a legendary turbocharger hop-up, the time required to get to the maximum rounds per minute is reduced, turning it into a buzzsaw at close range. Sadly, it uses energy ammo though, which is the rarest ammo in the game. Right in the middle of the pack, we have the newest weapon in Apex Legends, the Havoc Energy Rifle. Similar to Drifter, we believe this gun has the potential to be a top 5 weapon with the right attachments. It's accurate, but it has a big weakness, the charging delay. When you pull the trigger, there's a short delay before the weapon starts firing that's really difficult to get used to. Luckily, this weapon can equip 2 different hop-ups, but not at the same time, of course, and one of them fixes the problem. With the turbocharger, the Havoc completely loses the charging delay and feels a lot like a typical assault rifle. With a select fire receiver, you have the option to turn the Havoc into a single fire weapon capable of firing concentrated energy blasts that deal massive damage. These blasts have a small charge time and turn the weapon into a sniper. The Flatline Assault Rifle is a good but not great weapon in Apex Legends. It's a middle-of-the-pack assault rifle in terms of damage and rate of fire that players like TT Hump like to use. And it also uses heavy ammo. It's the epitome of average, being a decent option at all ranges. While that sounds bad, that's actually exactly what you want from an assault rifle. This versatility makes the Flatline one of the better weapons in the game. The only issue we have with the gun is its accuracy. While it's more than capable of taking care of business at close to mid-range, you can't attach a barrel stabilizer to the weapon, only an extended heavy mag, an optic, and a stock. If you don't have a high-level stock, it could be difficult to control, but it doesn't have terrible recoil, so you could definitely get used to it. Now it's time to take a look at the best SMG in the game, the R99. What players like Weekend love about this gun is its insane rate of fire, firing at 1,080 rounds per minute. It's the fastest firing weapon in Apex Legends, meaning you'll absolutely chew through ammo, but luckily, the R99 uses light ammo, which is the most common ammo in the game. You could deal a lot of damage before you even come close to running out of ammo with this gun. It's not an incredibly accurate weapon, but you could slap a barrel stabilizer and a stock on it to improve it. Also, if you get a level 3 extended light mag, you can jump from 18 bullets in the mag to 30, which makes a huge difference in a bullet hose like the R99. It's a great option if you prefer a spray and pray secondary over a high damage shotgun. That being said, we still think any shotgun not named Mozambique could just be as effective, if not better, than the R99 at close range. The EVA 8 Auto is a fully automatic shotgun that holds 8 bullets in the magazine. If you're accurate with this shotgun like Skydriver, you could just hold down the trigger and pummel your enemies with shell after shell. It's not the most powerful weapon in the game by any means, but it's a good mix of high damage and spray and pray that some beginner players will love. That being said, it's not just a beginner's weapon. It's a good weapon for anyone, whether you're a veteran or a complete noob. It's just that it's typically not the weapon of choice for an expert, because there's another shotgun out there that they will love more than anything else. Well, there's actually 2 of them, but we'll get into it later. in our opinion. The best assault rifle in the game is the R301. Remember when we said the flatline was great because it was so versatile, but its one weakness was accuracy? Well, the R301 is exactly that, but instead of its weakness being accuracy, it's damage. As Fuglet shows us, it's not a big weakness at all, but the R301 is weaker than both the Hemlock and the flatline. The other two main features that separate the R301 from its assault rifle competition are that it's incredibly accurate and it uses light ammo. These two features are exactly why we have it in front of the flatline. In any situation, you could rely on your R301 to hit those shots and deal some damage. You can't say the same for the other ARs, that's for sure. It's just so consistent and reliable, which is why it's one of our favorite weapons in the game. The Kraber sniper rifle is one of the rarest weapons in the game, since the legendary gun can only drop from The Kraber sniper rifle is one of the rarest weapons in the game, since the legendary gun can only drop from supply drops during the Battle Royale, and no, that does not include Lifeline care packages. Like Noah J456, if you get your hands on this bad boy, you'll have the strongest weapon in the game that's even more effective at long range than the longbow. One shot to the body with the Kraber will deal 125 damage, which is enough to take out a fully charged level 3 or 4 shield, as well as a small chunk of your health too. A headshot deals 250 damage, meaning it'll down opponents in one headshot at any range. Talk about powerful. The only issue with the weapon is the same one as the longbow. It's best used at long range, which limits its effectiveness, but it's just so powerful, it deserves a spot in our top 5. In the number 4 slot, we have the Spitfire LMG. We think it's the best full auto weapon in Apex Legends, and I Am Boomer seems to agree with us. It's accurate, powerful, and has a massive magazine in a game full of guns with puny mags. It can hold 35 rounds, and that's before you even attach an extended heavy mag to it. With a level 3 extended mag, the Spitfire can hold a ridiculous 60 bullets in a mag. Just to put that into perspective, it's more than triple the mag size of a naked R301, which is just nuts. The only weakness with the Spitfire is that you fire at a slow 512 rounds per minute, so you have to hit your shots and be accurate with the weapon to really dominate with it. Hey, Respawn couldn't make the weapon completely OP, so it had to at least have one weakness, right? Kicking off the top 3, we have the Peacekeeper shotgun. If you put hundreds of hours into Apex Legends like we have, then you have a love-hate relationship with this thing. Sometimes we harness our inner Stode and just go crazy with the weapon, racking up elimination after elimination, but other times it's as if the weapon is doing no damage at all. It may lack consistency at times, but there's no denying that the Peacekeeper is easily one of the best weapons in the entire game, which is why we have it at number 3. Just hip fire and aim at your enemy's center mass and you'll deal some massive damage. With the precision choke hop up, you can aim down your sights to tighten up that pellet spread even more, increasing its range and then turning it into a shotgun sniper of sorts. The Peacekeeper may have just gotten nerfed, but it's still so good. In the number 2 slot, we have the legendary Mastiff shotgun. Just like the Kraber, you could only obtain the weapon from supply drops, making it very rare. It's an absolute powerhouse of a weapon that could decimate opponents at close range. Just look at how Fine OK dominates the battlefield with the Mastiff. While it has less pellets than the Peacekeeper, each of them do nearly double the amount of damage as Peacekeeper pellets, which means it rewards accuracy just like most of the high-skill ceiling weapons out there. The spread of the Mastiff is very wide, so you can use that to your advantage and take out groups of enemies with ease. We don't recommend aiming down the sights with the shotgun because there's really no point. It doesn't increase its accuracy too much, so just get up close and personal, hit your shots, and you'll become the champion in no time. Drum roll, please! The number 1 weapon in Apex Legends is the Wingman pistol. Players like iTemp Plays swear by this gun. The reason being is that it's just so powerful. It deals 45 damage to the body and then 90 to the head. When you attach the Skull Piercer rifling to the gun, it ups the headshot damage to 112.5, meaning it could take down a fully shielded enemy in only 2 headshots, which is unbelievable. Incredibly accurate players can wipe out a whole squad with its 6-round mag, and if you get your hands on a level 3 extended heavy mag, it can double its magazine size to 12. On top of all this, just 1 stack of heavy ammo is more than enough for the weapon, meaning you have more slots in your backpack for throwables and meds. Despite being recently nerfed, the Wingman is still number 1 in our book. And those were
Aray, marami tayong best friend, JB. Napakadami nating best friend. Talain mo yun.
For our Apex Legends weapon rankings, do you agree with our rankings? Did we get anything completely wrong? Do you think that the Wingman and Peacekeeper should be lower after the balance patch? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more Apex Legends videos. Thanks for watching.
Wait, what?
So I got a new splint in the meantime.
Ano ba kayo na yan? Ano, nanginginig yung... Protect sa hotspot ka. Hotspot yan, pinupunta natin. Okay na, iba na. Basta yun. Ikaw lang nagsabi ko tayo na dapat sumagat yan eh. Kaya kung walang loot eh. Nagtutubo.
It frees me up a little bit because I have more wrist movement. So I can move my wrist, right? So it frees me up there, but it's still kind of annoying. I don't have this fat splint here. I only have a splint right here. I only have the fiberglass or whatever the fuck the material is. I only have it right here. I don't have anything here. They kind of freed up my wrist a little bit. So, I mean, it's a little bit better, but still can't find the right spot for aiming. So there's new skins, huh? I don't have all the skins in the game anymore because of this freaking node. Oh, that looks sick.
Bruh.
Oh, that looks even cooler. What the fuck? Goddamn. The victory lap. I like that. I like this one. Let me open some of these. You can buy tiers, huh? Can you? Oh, you can. I'm just curious how much it would cost. Yeah, that's like $100. Hey, that's the one I like. Hell yeah. I knew I shouldn't have bought it.
I think we're going to do great, friend. Today's a good day to see Dick.
You're so close to my face. Get out. Faster, faster, faster. He didn't have voice lines when I played him before. At least I don't think he did. Maybe. Faster, faster, faster. So how he used to work, and I thought it was super broken. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. So how he used to work is that when it expired, your Q, you'd heal instantly to fucking 100. So you'd pretty much be able to spam it always. You'd always be able to have that speed. That's how he was when I first played him. This was probably like 10 months ago or something when I first played him. What are your thoughts on Octave? He's cool. They balanced him well. A lot of people, dude, I was watching people like, I It's funny how like different people's chats are because like the community is so different. Okay, so I was watching Tim, right? I was watching Tim and he was playing Octane, and like he was messing around with the ulti, and his chat was like, "Yeah, this fucking ultimate's trash. Like, what kind of ultimate is this?" But they don't realize how good the ulti actually is. Like the ulti's really good. I still think.
Kalau ko naman, may lalabas na rin dito. Yung hardom priority.
Baka sabay natin. Huwag sila sa isang solo.
Wala ko sila ng solo. Wala pa ako.
Yun. Pumasok. Baba mo.
Ay, sakto siya. Galing dami ito.
Wala akong kaya. Tingnan ako na lang kaya.
Loko!
Disadvantage ko dalawa lang. Pala lang tumama sa akin. Gago ka!
Oo, hindi. Ay, dodge. Ay, hindi ginagawa ko eh. Kaso ko i-edit eh. Okay, Crash. Ayun lang, ayun.
What's that like here? Sulit ba yung battle ko? Tapos takbo na. Uy!
Uy naman.
Walang kalaman naman, may takanat eh. Dinulay nila eh. Pagkakabis gamit. Ay, doon dyan na. Ano ba na? Kung mo na ako po yung technique na.
Ako sa inyo mga yan dyan. Para sa kalaro.
Yan na.
Hindi. Double kill yan. Okay.
Baka lang ulit ng mga gun, nagugula.
Second first.
Good line! Good line! Yung mga tao doon, nandun ka! Baka natin. Report tayo, papaparin ko. Okay na ngayon, Mozambique. Picture ko na eh. Nagtira na ng weapon. Okay. Bilis oh! Iya! Bakit ako? Hindi, wala. Okay na, kami yan. Vaccine na rin.
Ano na?
Shit, yes. Ako. Wala tayong bata. Ayun dito. Ayaw na ako. Wait lang. Kaya pataas mo. Dito taas gago. Palimutan ko ng
Naka!
May tamo ka na ba?
Second na change lang.
May tamo.
Third mo na yun. First ko yung for sa...
Heavy ako, heavy. Ano? May tamo.
Yung gas
Heavy ako ngayon kailangan. Wala akong bahala. Laki. 80 lang yun. Itignan ba yun? Market. Wala na tao doon. Wala na tayo. Sure na walang tao. Yung patama. Mahal ko ng number dito. Makakawagin ko yung ayun yung nagtakbo sa akin. Nagpulot ako, lumukilo na ako. Portal pala, nakatagilid yan. Tagi na ginagawa niya yung alley portal. Ito, may mo na. Like ako. Isa ang kaki. Diyan, ano ka dito ka na? Ayaw ko gawag. Sige na. Napalilos na ako. Palilos na ako. Ano? Pilang mo. Isa lang na. Oh? Saan ka? Diba? Di gago. Wala ko muna sa armor ko. Wala mo pa ako, patay ka agad. Kita ko yung armor ko. Oh, ito mo, hindi sa ito. Hindi ka mo pag mag-isa ito siya. Hindi sa ito. Ito pag-activate.
Yan. Galit na ako dito. Kaya.
Fail!
Nakabulan sila. Bakit?
Bulag ka, JP. Ano po?
Okay, hindi ko mag-upal na to. Change ko na ng change ko.
Bobo ka kasama namin. Hindi alam kung nasa yung bago. Ang bilis yan eh. Sobrang bilis. Huwag yan namin. Wala pa kasi mula kami pakbakan. Bilis din mo daw meses. Saan niya ako pinamatagal na? Oh, frick!
Hindi, patay mo na. Agad.
Sniper yan, putang ina, ikat ha. Sarap ng positioning, bitch. Yung gagawin, kalaban sila. Wala.
BR, Kai! Kaisa! Bakit bot?
Bumabalik. Magkataas sila. Yes. bagong puta first. Asawa na tayo. Ito po marunong po sa akin. Gawa ko ng cover sa akin. Ikaw bang matay tayo yan? Ito rin namin yan, nagkakaroon ng matay. Gago wala. Dito lang ako bilang. First time ko. Best friend.
Nakikita dyan.
Eli Land's better. But he's cool. Got an interesting play style to him.